Conway, South Carolina. This is Southern football. Tonight, it's a rare regional matchup between the Carolinas. Myrtle Beach has become a paradise for some, but it's no vacation for this game. We're all set for battle between the ECU Pirates and the Coastal Carolina Chanticleers. And welcome into the broadcast booth alongside former Clemson and NFL defensive end Ricky Sapp. I'm Sam Wiederhaft. A lot of excitement, a ton of energy in the building tonight. And Ricky, both teams have played the same schedule. They play a Power 4 team in Game 1, an FCS opponent in Game 2. They're 1-1 throughout the season. Tonight should be a good measuring stick to see where both teams are at.
Well, S-Dub, I won't sing tonight, but I will dance. A little shimmy. There's a new chef in town, Tad Hudson for the Chanticleers. I'm excited to see what he's going to cook up. ECU coming off a win with Campbell. I'm sure they're going to come in, try to get momentum, get going fast.
Well, you talk about momentum. Coastal's offense is certainly looking for a lot of that. And for more on that momentum, we go down to the third member of our crew, Conway's finest, Haley Nitschke.
Sam, they started to find their momentum in the fourth quarter of last week's game against Charleston Southern when they brought out sophomore quarterback Tad Hudson. Tad was able to ignite the spark on offense by scoring 2 scores in 2 drives, earning him the start tonight. Tad is looking to bring his momentum and swagger to the game tonight against ECU. Sam?
Thank you, Haley. We'll see Tad Hudson later on. Coastal Carolina 1-1 record. They got their first win of the season, the home opener last weekend, 13-0 over Charleston Southern. Ricky, it was a 3-0 game going into the fourth quarter, and Coastal's offense just couldn't get moving until they brought Tad in.
He came in and brought a spark. Came in, ran over people. It was exciting. The energy got going.
This is the first time these two teams have ever played at Brooks Stadium on the surf turf. ECU will receive to start things off. They met one other time in the 2022 Birmingham Bowl, and that was an ECU victory. Back deep to return for ECU, London Montgomery, their running back, sophomore from Scranton, Pennsylvania. And Philip LaForge will kick it off for Coastal Carolina.
You got to love that energy here tonight. They are rocking and rolling in Brooks Stadium tonight. I love it.
Well, it's certainly a sea of teal, but you got a lot of purple in there as well. These two teams only separated by 3.5 hours, so an easy trip for the Pirate fans to come out here to Brooks Stadium and see their team compete against Coastal for just the second time ever. ECU also 1-1. A close to NC State in their first game, and they blew out Campbell last weekend. LaForge kicks it off. Back to the end zone, and we are underway from Conway. It'll be a touchback. ECU will start things off on their own 25-yard line, led by dangerous quarterback Caden Hauser.
Man, this guy is great. He does 2 things good, man. He throws the ball, runs the ball well. They do that Ricky Bobby offense. They go fast.
Over 300 passing yards his first 2 games, 314 against Campbell. He did not play the fourth quarter in that game. Couple of touchdown passes, a long of 55 yards. He also rushed 4 times for 14 yards as well. It'll be Hauser passing on the first play from scrimmage. He's got a man open at the 35-yard line. Yannick Smith will take it down up to the 36, and a first down play on the first play from scrimmage for the Pirates.
And Yannick Smith is one of the guys that he loves to go to. That's one of his favorite targets.
5 receptions for 67 yards in the Campbell game. There's Hauser from Anaheim, California.
Do you know that first
play.
I do.
Please stop it at
Spent a lot of my
14
time in
minutes and
Anaheim,
50 seconds, and it will start on my signal.
Early announcement from the referee. It's going to be 1st and 10 for ECU at the 36-yard line.
Game
Hauser
clock
started
operator.
off at Michigan
Please
State.
reset the game clock to 14 minutes and 50 seconds. The game clock will start on my signal.
Looks like we've got everything settled.
First down and 10 at the 36.
So, 1st and 10 ECU, second play of the game. Running back gets the carry on this one, Parker Jenkins, and he will be wrapped up and swallowed right at the line of scrimmage. No gain. And it'll be 2nd and 10. And Ricky, through the first 2 games, the highlight for the Chanticleers has been the defense.
Yes, they have played extremely well. Starting with that D-line with Zeke Campbell.
Campbell had a big game against Charleston Southern. Sawyer Gorham Welch playing up the middle, and Coastal right on top of that play again.
Good game tackle right there by the Chanticleers.
Shane Bruce, the experienced linebacker, in on the tackle. Been with this program since 2020. And it sets up a 3rd down.
You know what that means? It is 3rd and 8. Go get the quarterback.
Jenkins, the running back for Hauser. 3 wide receivers on the far side of the field.
Chanticleer showing blitz. Let's see if they stick with it.
Look at Wyatt Getty and the linebacker on the near side. He's battled through injuries. Chanticleer's back up. They rush 3, and Hauser will run it himself. Doesn't do that too often. Takes a big hit and won't get the first.
And that's what I was saying earlier. He does both things well. He throws the ball well, runs the ball well. He knows when to run the ball. That was a pretty good run, but big hit right there as well.
Jamarian Wayne with the big pop. Transfer from Missouri, had 3 total tackles last weekend against the Buccaneers.
4th and 2.
Yeah, you're looking at a 4th and 2 play.
I think they're going for it, S-Dub.
On their own side of the field.
This would be a great stop for the defense to get momentum, get the offense on the field, and get rolling.
So far, ECU just 20% on 4th down plays this year, and a timeout taken by Coastal.
First timeout of the half.
With 13:06 left in quarter number 1, the Shants take a timeout right before this 4th down play. And Ricky, we saw them in the second half. They burned all 3 second half timeouts in that 3rd quarter. Now they burned an early one before this play. Probably didn't come out in the right setup that they wanted to for this 4th and short.
Well, the thing that I was looking forward to was seeing how they was going to deal with that fast offense that ECU brings. So I'm sure they wish they can have that timeout back.
Against Charleston Southern last weekend, Coastal held the Buccaneers 0 for 11 on 3rd down plays, and now ECU comes out to punt. So the timeout will switch things up. Ryan Levy, the punter, graduate student from Tampa. And now they flip. Everybody runs off, and here comes the offense.
Wow. Ricky Bobby fast.
A complete switch for ECU. Coastal trying to get players on the field. They've got 3 coming in from their sideline.
Ref got to hold him.
And 2. Coastal needs players off. Everybody switching here. Absolute commotion as ECU now going for it after showing punt. There's the handoff. It's not going anywhere.
And that's the momentum they need right there, S-Dub. That'll get the crowd going right there. You'd love to see that right there early on.
Well, there's a flag in the defensive backfield. After the stop, Trey Brown, the linebacker, got through.
Before the snap, delay of game.
And it's going to be a delay of game on ECU. So Coastal gets the ball back anyway. And Ricky is going to be gold in field position for their first offensive drive.
That's what you want to see out of your defense. They've been playing really well for the last couple games. For them to come in and make that play, that is huge. We talked about Trey Brown last week, doing a good job against Charleston Southern. Comes in now, make that play. Man, that's exciting ball right there.
So ECU, they're going to replay that down. So wipe that play away. Now ECU's going to punt it after a ton of commotion before that. The penalty allows ECU to reset things. They're backed up. But here comes the punt with Coastal returning. A low punt that bounces at the 27-yard line, picked up by Bryson Graves. He spins around for positive yardage above the 25-yard line.
Graves with a great return right there. Nice spin move. A little shifty work down there. Now we talk about that hurry-up offense. Yeah, let's see that.
Let's go back to that punt because they lined up for punt, then ran the offense on the field, and you see Coastal trying to adjust as best they can.
And the referee has to hold him. He can't let him go. So that's important to know for people that's watching. He can't just let them go without them having the guys on the field.
Yeah. Quarterback for Coastal, Tad Hudson, starting this game. Second start of his Coastal career. He started the Myrtle Beach Bowl to end last season. First pass complete, but a big hit for a gain of about 1. Jonathan Jean, the graduate defensive back.
And right away he comes out and he goes to Robbie Washington, one of his favorite targets.
3 receptions for 13 yards and a long of 9 against Charleston Southern. Hudson, a transfer from North Carolina, now his second year in the Coastal program. Empty backfield on 2nd and 9. Hudson looking. Goes to the middle of the field. It's dropped. Low pass. And intended for Bryson Graves.
A little too low right there for Bryson on that one.
Well, Ricky, that's what we'll be looking for the Coastal offense. Can Tad Hudson connect with the receivers? Because the first 2 games, passing game really hasn't been there.
Well, it's kind of inconsistent, and we talked about it. MJ didn't look too comfortable. So now I'm excited to see if Tad can come out, get this offense going.
3rd and 9. Javen Simpkins, the starting running back. Hudson evades the pressure, rolls out, gets the pass off. It is complete at the 37-yard line. First down for Coastal, and Tad Hudson finds Robbie Washington.
And the chef is cooking. Goes to his guy, Robbie Washington. Great play, great pickup right there. Little pitch and catch, Esther.
Hudson gets away from the pressure, frees himself up. Washington open in the middle of the field. And now a screen pass on the next play. Looking for Graves, goes incomplete.
Now, we're just talking about Tad getting going, talking about the passing game. For that should give him some confidence right there to keep going.
He came in the 3rd quarter against Charleston Southern after MJ Morris threw 3 interceptions. Hudson came in and led Coastal on their only touchdown drive of the game.
There we go. Got 2 backs in the backfield with Tad.
Edwards and Nicely, both freshman running backs.
Nicely did a great job last weekend playing.
And Nicely is not going too far, is able to dive forward for a few yards. Gets up to the 31-yard line. This is going to set up about a 3rd and 8.
Now, Esther, going into this game, one of the things that we heard about ECU defense is they're very aggressive, and they get all 11 guys to the ball.
They were certainly effective against Campbell in their last game. Allowed just 4 rushing yards, but it's been all air for Coastal. Hudson with time. To the middle. Complete. Ball pops out at the end. And that will be incomplete.
That was a great hit by Riddle right there. One of the leaders on his team. Coach Blake said he's one of the vocal leaders. Get the guys going, set the tempo.
He was looking for Graves again. Immediately had it at first. And like you mentioned, Ricky, we'll see this big pop again from right behind Jamarlee Riddle. 4 total tackles against Campbell, 1 pass breakup. And he makes a big play to send out the Coastal field goal unit. It'll be Philip LaForge. His first field goal attempt of the season. It'll be from 48 yards. LaForge boots it. It's got the distance. No good. Well, Coastal had been using Kian Afrite, but it's LaForge who's got the stronger leg and misses the field goal from 48. No score. 11:08 left to go in Q1. Coastal, ECU at Brooks Stadium. Pirates passing offense has been one of the best in FBS through the first couple of games of the year. 373 passing yards a game, led by Caden Hauser, and their offensive coordinator, John David Baker, in his second year with the Pirates, just 35 years old. He's one of the youngest coordinators in all of FBS, and they have certainly been clicking in the first two games. But Ricky, Coastal's defense, a great first drive to stop them.
Yeah. That's the kind of momentum you want to have. And, you know, when it's time for the coin toss, you want your defense on the field early for that very reason right there, to get the guys going.
Hauser was able to connect with 11 different receivers in the Campbell game, where they won 56-3 last Saturday. That one's going to be caught on the first play by Smith, but driven back. A gain of about 4 yards.
Good job by Miles right there, coming down and making that tackle.
That's Miles Muyung, the Miami transfer, had 3 tackles against Charleston Southern.
Stopped by Miles Muyung. Second down.
So second and about 6. Handoff up the middle will get a few more yards across the 40-yard line. And they run with London Montgomery.
Have that hurry up offense.
Third and short. Montgomery is stuffed in the middle. They're trying to push the pile. And he enough for the first down. That's the first third down conversion that Coastal's defense has allowed since their first game against Virginia.
Play, he saw a good crease, got in there, made a good play.
Play action. Hauser looking long toward the sideline. It's complete at the 25. He finds Anthony Smith, the graduate wide receiver. 6 receptions against Campbell and a big game in Coastal territory.
Right here, he had time to throw the ball. Nice pitch and catch right here.
Just an open window in the secondary. 1st and 10 from the 26-yard line. Out toward the sideline again to Smith. He's got some room and pushes forward across the 15-yard line down to the 13. Back-to-back receptions to number 9. Anthony Smith, first team preseason All-American Conference.
First down, 13.
It's 1st and 10 in the red zone. Out toward the sideline again. This is Brock Spalding, and pushed out of bounds by the Coastal defense.
Good extra yards right there by Brock.
And Ricky, this ECU offense moving very fast.
Ricky Bobby fast.
That's right. Montgomery in the backfield on 2nd and short now. Back toward the sideline. It's a low pass.
Back to Brook on that one.
And they go out to Spalding once again. Back-to-back receptions.
Now, Coach Blake talked about trying to Brook play defense, but he wouldn't do it.
Yeah, he said, thank goodness. He's stuck with the offense. Spalding has been the leading receiver for ECU. 81 yards in the Campbell game off 3 receptions.
Spalding, if you're listening, come to the dark side. Defense is better.
Now you're looking at 3rd and 2. Right at the 5-yard line, some early movement and a flag. It'll be a false start.
False start. Offense number 77.
Offense, that's what you run into sometimes. You're going too fast. Those linemen are going to jump sometime like that.
And Ricky, this ECU team in the first 2 games, an average of 85 yards a game given up on penalties. That's something that head coach Blake Harrell said he really wants to improve the discipline.
Yeah, he talked about that on Tuesday, how they work on doing those things.
7. 5 wide receivers for Hauser. Hauser takes it himself, has some room, and is stopped right at the 5-yard line. It won't be a first down, and Coastal's defense steps up on 3rd once again.
Great defensive stop right here in the red zone.
Running is not a huge part of Hauser's game, but he's done that quarterback draw twice so far in this first quarter.
Well, watching them play in the last couple games, you get a sense that he knows when to run, when not to run.
Leaving the offense on the field for this 4th and 2 play. The yard line to get is the 3. Hauser looking to the end zone. It's caught for a touchdown.
And he found his guy, Smith, for the big play on 4th and 2.
Yannick Smith with his first touchdown reception of the season. And the Pirates are on the board first.
Well, when you're talking about his top receivers, Anthony Smith and Yannick, And Brooke, 4th and 2, big-time players make big-time plays.
On a 4th down play where they leave the offense on the field, ECU gets the first points of tonight's game. Extra point is up and good by Nick Mazzy. And ECU drives down the field. And a connection from Hauser to Yannick Smith. 7-0 Pirates. Yannick Smith with his 4th touchdown reception of his career. He had 3 last year and now his first one of 2025. And head coach Blake Harrell in his first full-time season as the Pirates head coach. So he wants this team to play fast. You look at those numbers, 342 at 9 plays, 69 yards. That's quick.
I can't say it enough, man. That is Ricky Bobby fast to get down the field and score that fast.
It ends on a 5-yard touchdown pass on 4th and 2 from Caden Hauser. So now Coastal set to get back on offense as ECU gets on the board first on their second offensive drive. Fair catch is called inside the 5-yard line by Coastal. And their wide receiver Malcolm Gilley coming over from Ball State, the 2024 MAC Special Teams Player of the Year. And we'll see the Coastal offense for the second time. Ricky, some positives with Tad Hudson at the helm on that first drive.
Yeah, a lot of good things on that drive that he could come off of on this drive and feed from.
Passing the ball almost exclusively with Tad Hudson and trying to get some sort of chemistry with the wide receivers. And he found Robbie Washington a few times for some big gains.
Got 2 backs in the backfield.
It'll be Hudson passing again. Middle of the field, up in the air. It will fall almost on a second effort. Was Dominic Nicely, the running back.
Yeah, tip pass right there.
Second down and 10.
It's off the hands and incomplete. And those are always scary as it goes off of Cam Wright's hands.
And Nicely almost came up with a big catch.
Hudson to start things off, 2 of 6 so far for 39 yards. Passing again. Now he's running. Hudson himself up to the 33-yard line.
And that's something we didn't see him do the last game, is slide. In the last game, he tried to run people over.
Well, head coach Tim Beck said he didn't know he had that kind of running in him. He trucked a few guys, especially on that touchdown run. as Samari Collier, the third quarterback for Coastal, will now come in.
Third down and short.
So it's Collier on 3rd and 2. He played just one snap against Charleston Southern last Saturday. Collier takes it himself and won't get there. Pirates blow him back on 3rd down.
Big stop right there for the Pirates.
Tim Beck has said in the press conferences he's always been hesitant to name the starter. He always says you might see all 3 of the quarterbacks out there. MJ Morris, Tad Hudson, Samari Collier. Coastal runs with Collier, the junior college transfer. Doesn't work out on 3rd down.
And I can understand that. You have a team that's still trying to figure out the identity, so you want to use as many players as you can to see who can get a spark going and get the offense rolling.
It's Emil Sebafundi to punt. And taken at the 23-yard line, now to the far sideline and pushed out of bounds. It'll be ECU football. Up 7-0, scoring on their last drive inside 6 minutes to go in the first quarter. Pirates on top.
Time out on the field.
Coastal's defense set to get back out on the field, and if you've been watching Coastal for the last few years, you're familiar with linebacker Shane Bruce. He's already got 2 tackles tonight. For more on him, here's Haley.
Sam, when talking about consistency for this Coastal team, you have got to talk about 6-year veteran Shane Bruce, who was instrumental in last week's shutout win over Charleston Southern. When asking Coastal's head coach Tim Beck about what kind of player Bruce is, Coach said he is the epitome of everything you want in a football player. He leads, coaches the younger players, and is overall a fantastic and humble young man. Sam?
Thank you, Haley. First play on this new drive for ECU is a completed pass for a first down. Javante Connor, the tight end, pushes ECU near midfield.
I think Connor gives you a mismatch. Big guy, runs well, strong, know how to use his body.
Both teams really airing it out. ECU doing it very successfully. Long pass, a man open, but it's batted around and knocked down by Coastal. Jamarian Wayne comes up with a deflection.
Great play right there. patient at the last minute, made the play. Great job right there.
He almost had that for an interception. Hauser was looking for Anthony Smith. Yannick Smith has the touchdown reception that put ECU up early in this game. Little screen pass complete across midfield and pushed to about the 47-yard line to Parker Jenkins. And it'll set up a 3rd and 5.
3rd and 5. Go get the quarterback.
ECU is 0 for 2 on 3rd down plays tonight.
Let's see if we can see Zeke Campbell show up right here on 3rd and 5.
Hauser across the middle, complete to the 33-yard line. It's Connor again for a 1st down.
I like this guy, man. Big guy, runs well, runs routes really well. I think he's going to be a mismatch for these guys all night.
3 receptions for 32 yards against Campbell. Now they'll run the ball with Jenkins, wrapped up from behind at the 30-yard line and thrown down. And you're starting to see how good Caden Hauser is. He took over the starting job midway through last season when Harrell took over as the head coach. ECU won 5 of their last 6 games, including the bowl game in the Go Bowling Military Bowl over NC State. It was their first win over a Power 4 team since 2018.
And right now he has the opportunity to sit back there and play pitch and catch. We got to get some pass rush right here from Coastal.
Passes off and complete. Out of bounds at the 25-yard line. Jaquez Petaway, junior receiver, had only 1 completion or 1 reception against Campbell in the last game. 3rd and short. The handoff to Jenkins. He powers up the middle and will get the 1st down on 3rd down.
Second effort got in the 1st down. Good run right there.
And this is another drive where ECU is moving fast, but the variety on offense is keeping Coastal's defense on their toes.
Yeah, and then right now it's affecting the pass rush from the D-line. Haven't seen that this game. Last game did a great job rushing the passer. So far, non-existent.
Empty backfield on 1st and 10 from the 21. Hauser looking. He's got another one. Just missed the mark.
Trying to get the Riles right there.
Riles scored the 1st touchdown against Campbell, an 18-yard reception to put ECU in front in the 1st quarter. That was the only reception he had all game. 3 minutes to go in the 1st quarter. Pirates driving once more. Pass complete. Right near the 15-yard line and pushed out of bounds. That was Anthony Smith, and it sets up another 3rd down. ECU's converted back-to-back 3rd down plays on this drive.
Let's see if Coastal shows some blitz here. They got to get some pressure on this quarterback.
116 passing yards, 25 rushing yards for ECU so far in this 1st quarter of play. Passing again. Hauser's complete, but a big hit and a stop by Coastal.
Amarion Gordon with the big play. That's how you show up and make a big play, big fella.
Southern California transfer that plays the dog position on defense. And Zamarian Gordon stops that play for a loss on 3rd down.
And he ran it earlier. Came downhill, big play. And playing that position, you got to have good instincts. Right there, he showed it.
So from the 18-yard line, looking at a 35-yard field goal. Nick Massey, the graduate, 1 for 2 on field goals against NC State. This one's up and is pure right through the uprights for 3 points and a 10-0 ECU lead. They've scored on back-to-back drives after being stopped on the opening drive. So Massey puts it through from 35 yards, and that caps off an 11-play, 52-yard drive as ECU just continues to move the ball down the field, and Hauser the chemistry is really striking with this offense. He really seems on the same page with all of his receivers.
Well, I think that's what happens when you have a guy that knows who his playmakers are, gets in a good rhythm early, and gets going.
A 4-minute, 11-second drive for ECU. Look at the time of possession. ECU at just under 10 minutes. Coastal at a little over 3 minutes. So looking for longer drives to keep that defense off the field and keep them rested throughout the game.
It's going to be tough to play 4 quarters and expect your defense to play hard for 4 quarters and shut them down. Got to give them some kind of help.
Gilly back to return. And he lets this one go for a touchback.
Goes into the end zone for a touchback. First down.
So Coastal will start it off on their own 25-yard line. Their drive ended on 3rd down when Samari Collier came in and took out Tad Hudson. And you see Tim Beck trying to figure out how to get this offense to really click. 15-13 overall record at CCU in 3 years. Offensive coordinator at NC State, and NC State and ECU played a really close game in 2022 where NC State just won. As the handoff, now Coastal switches directions and a big play incoming. A lot of room to run, and pushed out of bounds is Malcolm Gilly, but Coastal with the reverse gets a first down.
And that's how you come out and start a spark. You got to get something going right here. Go with the reverse. Picks up a big game. That's a great job right there, coming out, catch them off guard.
Haven't seen Gilly too much in the first 2 games. Heads Hudson, fakes the pass, now runs it himself. Reaching up for the 40-yard line.
Lose the ball right here.
It came out at the end. ECU saying they have it, and they do.
That's a big takeaway right here from the Pirates right there. Tad trying to make something happen.
Recovered by
It's
East
recovered
Carolina. First and 10, East Carolina.
by Julian Davis. Had a fumble recovery in 2024. He picks up the second one of his career. We'll see this again. Good fake pass by Hudson, but he's wrapped immediately. And a hit by Davis. Ball comes out at the end.
And right there, he's just trying his best to get as much yards as he can. You would love for him to get down a little faster than that. That's what happens when you try to do too much.
The ruling on the field of a fumble recovered by East Carolina. It's under
So they had the right idea, coming out with that reverse, trying to get a spark going. That turnover right there, that kills it.
ECU now is a takeaway in 34 of their last 41 games going back to 2022. And now the officials will take a look at this last play to see if Hudson was maybe down.
I like the mindset of Drew, the offensive coordinator for Coastal. We got to get something going with this new quarterback. What can we do? They come out with that reverse. That gets them going. But then you can't do this right here.
This might be our best angle. There's the hit from Davis, and
looked like the knee might be down before the ball came out.
it's tough with the big scrum. The call on the field is a fumble recovered by ECU. So as of right now, they're going to start their drive on the 38-yard line.
Let's see, right here, he still has the ball, still standing up. I think it might be a fall.
Hey, you just can't see it really drop all that clearly, but Ricky, that looked like a split-second decision by Hudson with the fake pass. He was getting pressured and really just had nowhere to go but go up the middle.
Well, you know, one of the things Beck talked about when we talked about Tad was he said that he knew when to run, when to pass, and he said he was confident in making his decision.
And Hudson, the only returning quarterback, had to battle throughout the fall. Emmett Brown went down with a full season injury. MJ Morris started the first 2 games. And
here's a look right from the back view. Let's see.
It's in that wrestling match with Davis, and Davis just rips it right out. Can they see enough to call Hudson down?
I love Tad's mentality of trying to get as much as he can.
After reviewing the play, the ruling on the field is upheld. First down, East Carolina at the 39-yard line.
And the ruling has been confirmed. It's a fumble recovery by ECU. Davis forces the fumble and recovers it. And now the Pirates with a great spot. It's at the 39-yard line, already up by 2 scores.
Now Hauser can come back and pick off where he left off and get back in the rhythm. Coastal defense has to apply some kind of pressure here. Right now, Hauser is playing pitch and catch. No pressure, comfortable in the backfield.
From the 39.
Talking about turnovers, ECU is one of 22 FBS teams that do not have a turnover so far this year. The handoff to Montgomery. Bounces out wide. He's wrapped up for a gain of about 2 yards as Coastal's defense swarms him.
That's a really good hit right there. You talking about not turning the ball over. That is difficult to do. But when you don't turn the ball over, you got a chance to win.
Second down.
It's Montgomery again, this time up the middle. And they'll push forward for a few more.
We talked to Coach Blake, and one thing he said is on Tuesday they work on ball security.
Yeah.
Well, it's evident. You see the game, they don't turn the ball over much at all.
And last year they had 2.3 turnovers committed per game. That was the second worst in all of FBS.
But right now it's 3rd and 8. You need a big play. Go get the quarterback.
3rd and 5 play. Hauser. There's flags. I think there was some movement on the line.
Flags come in.
You just can't have this right here. On 3rd down, you try and get off the field. Got to be mentally strong.
Offside. Defense number 92 with contact. 5-yard penalty results in a first down.
And I will say this, as the playing against a hurry-up offense, as a D lineman, you look for some cues on what the quarterback is doing. Can you get a great get-off? One thing I did when I played D lineman was I always looked at the quarterback hands. I looked at the lineman because they're going to tell you what they're going to do.
That offsides pushes ECU to a first down. And we'll run out the clock in the first quarter.
That's the end of the first quarter.
We are 15 minutes down on the surf turf. The Pirates invading. They lead 10-0. They're driving once again deep in Coastal territory. East Carolina have a long history off the football field, mainly on the baseball diamond. 2008, Coastal takes down the Pirates in the regional. Then 2022, it's the Pirates getting the best of the Chants. Also that same year, they get the win in the Birmingham Bowl. And fast forward to this year, on their way to the College World Series, Coastal wins the Conway Regional over ECU in the semifinals and the finals. All time, ECU 70, 66, and 2. Baseball's met 3 regional finals, their first ever meeting back in 1986 with volleyball. And you already had a game between these two on the women's soccer pitch earlier this year. Coastal won that game 2-1. And there's going to be more. Pirates and Chanticleers, a 3-game series coming to Conway in 2026 on the baseball diamond.
Well, you talk about that overall record. Right now, ECU has a chance to do something about that. Well, Coastal has a chance to change that number up a little bit.
Oh, it's already a 2-score game. 10-0. Pirates lead it, and they are driving on the Coastal 29-yard line. Caden Hauser with London Montgomery to his right side. Pass goes to the far sideline to Smith. And he'll push along the sidelines and pushed out of bounds.
And they're going to hurry up right here.
Force down by Whitaker.
Second and short as Lionel Whitaker makes the play out of bounds.
22.
The handoff to Montgomery. And he is tackled on his legs at the 20-yard line, just shy of the line to gain.
That's a good play by Dante, but it seems like he's hurt.
It's Dante Lunan on the ground, the super senior. Transfer from UAlbany. And he is hurt on the field, taking a knee and waiting for the trainers to get out to him. And with that, we'll take a short break. When we come back, it's 3rd and 1, ECU in Teal territory. It is a packed house tonight at Brooks Stadium. Second home game of the year here in Conway. And the first time these two teams, separated by just about 3.5 hours, have ever played on the surf turf.
I just want to know what I got to do to get down there with the fans and dance a little bit. I want to get down there and enjoy the surf turf and enjoy the fans.
Hey, you are dying to get down there. Hey, it's air conditioned up here, all right? Feels wonderful. It's a beautiful night, though, about mid to low 70s. As ECU gets set for a 3rd and 1 on the Teal 20-yard line. They're 2 of 5 on 3rd downs tonight. And look at this formation. Now they send the line up. Montgomery takes it and pushes, wrapped up by Sawyer Gorham. but it's just enough.
That's a great job by Sawyer right there, playing the block, getting off and making the play.
Looks like no, he didn't get the first down.
31.
Just shy. 4th and inches. So Gorham Welch comes up with a big stop on the defensive line. And now a 4th and inches play, the offense staying on the field. They've already knocked in 1 field goal tonight. The line goes to the ball, under center for Hauser.
Quarterback sneak.
Hauser hands it off. Stopped on the first push. Second effort. Waiting the call. Coastal says they stopped him.
S-Dub, that's how you get off the field right there on defense. That is how you get off the field on defense. Big play right there.
On 4th and inches, it was a 3rd and 1 play. And then 4th and an inch.
Great penetration right there. Tries on the second effort. That was a great team effort right there by the defense.
It was Marlon Gunn Jr. on the carry and hit immediately on the line of scrimmage.
S-Dub, you the defense. You're telling the offense, I just gave you a gift.
Yep.
Go make something happen.
And we'll see if Coastal can take some of that momentum. Hudson with 2 running backs, Edwards and Nicely, the 2 freshmen. Hand it off. And room to run. Nicely. Up for a first down to the 35.
And that's what we saw him do last game. Did a great job of having some breakaway runs. Great speed. Right here, just around the edge right here. A Mack truck could have got through there.
And now Nicely slow to get up, which is not good for Coastal. Nicely's been a big bright spot, especially against Charleston Southern as a freshman running back. And we'll be back with a 1st and 10 for Coastal. There's the assortment of Teal Nation and Pirate Nation. ECU bringing the fans out, invading Brooks Stadium. Coastal with a good amount of teal in this building.
And when you talk about college football and having fans that travel, it don't get no better than that is,
yeah. I think some of those Pirate fans from Greenville, North Carolina might turn this into a bit of a Myrtle Beach vacation. Maybe spend a few days out here.
I think so. Why not?
A 16-yard rush by Dominic Nicely sets up a 1st and 10 for Coastal on their own 35-yard line. 78 total yards for the Chants, 39 through the air, 39 on the ground, split up evenly.
Right now they got 3 receivers at the top of the field.
It's Simpkins, the running back. And that's where the ball goes on a pitch. Following the blocks and has room. Simpkins pushed forward for a first down.
Great pitch right there. Great job of Simpkins getting upfield.
Offensive coordinator Drew Hollingshead, coming over from Western Kentucky, a disciple from Mike Leach, has preached the air raid. As Hudson goes back, he passes it this time. It's complete into Pirate territory for Bryson Graves.
Nice pitch and catch right there. Good catch by Bryson. Good job getting down.
And that air raid has been split between running and throwing the ball just about evenly so far in this first half.
Coastal has 3 receivers at the top. To the field again.
Hudson with time. Lobs it deep for the end zone. Looking, and it's caught! No, incomplete.
Oh, he couldn't hold on to it. That was a little bit of a critical play by Malik right there.
Mega down the sideline. Had it for a second, but knocked out at the last minute by Jordy Lowry.
Right here should be a nice pitch and catch. Giving him a chance to go up and get it. Couldn't come down and hold on to it.
Oh, Lowry with good coverage. Mega just couldn't hang on.
And you were just saying how they want to do that air raid. Well, that was the air raid right there.
Trying to pass the ball down the field more. They haven't been able to do it in the first 2 games. Short pass for Hudson this time. There's a connection and tackled at the 30-yard line. It's Bryson Graves. His second reception of the game and another Coastal first down.
Seems like Coastal's going hard up right here a little bit on this drive. Now they got 3 receivers again to the field on the right here. Hudson changing the play at the line.
Very positive drive for Coastal offensively.
Changes again.
Play clock at 10. Hudson, far sideline, long pass and incomplete, looking for Cameron Wright. He wants interference, and he won't get it. Chance Graves, the defensive back, on the coverage.
I think it was a good play change by Tad. Maybe he saw that blitz coming down right here. See this late blitz right by number 3 comes down. Tad throws the ball deep, try to give his guy a chance.
Just good coverage by Graves. And it's 2nd and 10. Hudson rolling out. Pass complete at the 20. It's Malcolm Gilley, who's pushed down by the Pirates. Right by the first down line. They're marking him at the 21.
That was a great job of Tad rolling out, giving his guy a chance.
3rd and 1. Jalen John, the running back. And it's Hudson taking it himself and pushing forward for a first. That's all he needs. Into the red zone at the 20-yard line, and Hudson trusting those feet and trusting his physicality as well.
Yes, we've seen that last play. He's not afraid to lower his shoulder. Right here you see it. Keeps the ball, lowers that shoulder. You gotta love that, man. If I'm on the sideline and I see my quarterback do that, that's exciting.
There's an injured Pirate down on the field after that play, and we'll take a short break as Coastal is looking for their first points of the game. 10-0, Pirates lead. injured player for ECU, number 2, Jamarly Riddle, one of the vocal leaders on this Pirates team. Hey, look at that front row. Delaney Keith of the softball team wearing that number 1 jersey.
I need some more energy out of them. Let's go.
Hey,
Pump it up. Pump it up. Let's go.
Delaney Keith leading her Chanticleers to a Sun Belt championship on the softball field this year. 1st and 10, Coastal at the 20-yard line. It's been a long drive and a lot of good things offensively from Tad Hudson and this Coastal offense on this drive as they try and punch it in for the first time tonight.
He seems to be in a good rhythm right here.
Simpkins, the running back. Play action. Hudson gets it off. It is knocked incomplete. Flag on the play. He was looking for Carmelo English. And Coastal's called for a holding.
This is a great breakup play right there by Aiden, number 13 for ECU.
And this is an offensive line that looks a little bit different than it has the first 2 games. Heston Edwards out of this game. You also see Daniel Jones playing the right tackle spot. Joseph Hansen has been banged up. So now 1st and 20. Hudson has pressure, gets the pass off, complete at the 25-yard line.
Great job of getting the ball out right there.
That was complete to Dylan Lorick.
He stayed in the pocket, got the ball off. That was a really good job.
Check that. Eli Aragon, the reception for Coastal Carolina, his first of the game.
So far, Taz showing some good composure in that pocket.
2nd and long. Hudson has time, floats one across the middle, it's picked off. Riddle with the interception, takes it the other way. Still going down the sideline, and finally knocked out at the 39-yard line.
And that's what's happen, A-Dub. Whenever you blitz like that, you're in the quarterback's face. He had to throw the ball off his back foot. Ball got tipped. It's liable to get intercepted.
A drive that was building momentum comes to a stop with a Jamarly Riddle interception.
Riddle, one of the big leaders on this defense, comes up with a big play.
Coach Harrell has said we do have a flag on the play. It was on ECU. It looked like a blindside block on the Pirates. We'll see this one more time. Hudson had time, looking for English, and Riddle makes an athletic play.
I tell you what, Riddle went up and got it. God.
3 interceptions a year ago. He picks up his first one this year, and the 2nd turnover caused by ECU. It's at the 38-yard line. ECU stopped on their last offensive drive after turning it over on downs. Here goes Hauser, looking long down the sideline, has a man, and batted down incomplete.
Great job right there on the defense right there on Wayne.
Jamarian Wayne's had a good game so far. He's been everywhere defensively in the defensive backfield.
Really good job. What we've seen of him so far. One thing I love about him is he has patience. See, right here, any other corner would panic. Patient at the last minute, breaks up the play.
He's got a pass breakup now, 4 tackles. That leads the Chants so far in the first half. Hauser's pass complete across midfield and spinning down to the 47-yard line.
That's Tyler Johnson right there.
4th reception of the season, I should say. A couple of receptions against Campbell for 21 yards. Transfer from Penn State. That one's complete to Anthony Smith. Out of bounds at the 42-yard line for a gain of 5.
Still haven't seen a lot of pressure from Coastal's defense. They got to make him move off of the spot.
Hauser passing again. That one too far.
Overthrew his guy right there.
Peyton Mangrum, the graduate student from Greenville. Now looking at a 3rd and 5.
Yes, Dub, it is 3rd down. It's my favorite down because now it's time to go get the quarterback.
Were you saying that as a player to yourself?
Oh, man, I wasn't, but in my mind I was saying, I got to go get the quarterback. So maybe I was.
On 3rd downs tonight, ECU is 2 of 6. Pass is complete at the 35. And that'll be enough for a 1st down for ECU.
That's Rouse making the play, making the catch.
Taking a much bigger role this season has Riles. He had 6 receptions against NC State in a game where ECU would love to have the first 30 minutes of that back. A handoff is swallowed up by Coastal right around the line of scrimmage.
That's a good job right there. D lineman right there getting off the tackle, making a play.
And you see Trey Brown in on that tackle again. Brown, the redshirt junior linebacker. 3 total tackles against Charleston Southern.
A guy that has been showing up. Played really well last week. Coming to this game, he's already made some big plays.
Now asking for this defense to step up again, down 10-0. Handoff on 2nd down, and that one is not going anywhere from behind. It's Sawyer Gorham-Welch and Wyatt Gideon to force another 3rd down.
That's a great job by Sawyer coming down and making that play. Here we go again, S-Dub, on 3rd down. You have to go get that quarterback.
3rd and 9. Looks like Hauser's going to have an empty backfield.
Let's see if Coach is going to have some kind of blitz here. Or are they going to just rush 3?
Here comes Jenkins, the running back. Hauser gets it off. It's complete for a 1st down and into the red zone.
That's Payton with a big catch right there on 3rd down.
He connects with Mangrum. Transfer from South Carolina, played 44 games as a Gamecock. Hauser again, there's a whistle and a flag. A false start incoming on ECU.
False start. Offense. All 11 players were not snapped before the start.
Throughout this game, Ricky, it just seems like Hauser is completely in control no matter what's happening.
Well, the one thing that we talked about is he's back there with no pressure. He's in rhythm. He knows his guys. And the one thing I want to say is this, S-Dub. They seem to go hurry up, throw the screen, go back to a run, kind of keeping his defense off balance.
They're wearing him down here. 1st and 15. To the sideline for Smith. Smith breaks away. Out of bounds inside the 15.
And that's how I was talking about. They seem to love that play over there to Smith.
It's just quick passes. Already ECU up over 200 yards. It's a 2nd down play from the 13. The handoff is stopped right at the line of scrimmage by Trey Brown. Pyle pushing forward. Still not down. Referees haven't blown it dead yet. And Jenkins finally hits the surf turf.
I like it, ref. Don't call it. Don't blow the whistle. Let him play.
Well, he pushed forward after being hit at the line of scrimmage. He's near the 1st down marker.
Right here, you keep fighting. Wait till all your guys come to the party. That's a good job, though, by the offensive running back. Now, S-Dub, what's important is on this last play, they flipped the offense formation.
They give him a 1st down. 1st and goal inside the 10. Handoff is stopped at the 7.
But what I was saying was they flipped the formation to the other side, faked the screen, ran the ball.
Just never knowing where it's going.
Never know when it's going. And that's what you do with a Herb offense.
Yeah.
Keep them off balance, throw a quick screen, hand the ball off, keep going fast.
Just over 5 minutes to go in this 1st half.
ECU knocking on the door right here to score.
Jenkins. No, it's Hauser, who is hit hard by Brown at the 5-yard line. Arenze also in on the tackle. It's 3rd and goal. Coastal hoping for a stop to force ECU to try and kick a field goal again.
need that defense to step up and make another big play. Oh, it's 3rd and 7 as Go get the quarterback, baby.
Ball at the 6-yard line. Hauser pitches over for Jenkins. He's stopped.
And that's an incredible play right there.
It's Shane Bruce. Jumped all over that pitch on the option. And here comes the field goal unit for ECU, and that is another win for this Coastal defense.
This is a great job right here by these guys reading the same Bruce saw it all the way, came downhill, and made a big play. That's an open field tackle right there. It don't get no better than that.
It was a loss of 1. The ball's on the 7-yard line. So you're looking at a 24-yard field goal for Nick Mazzy. His second field goal attempt of the game. Low snap, and it's blocked. Coastal blocks the field goal.
That's your guy, Dub. Had an amazing game so far. Just came up with the blocked field goal.
They returned it up to the 5-yard line. It was a low snap and tipped. Coastal will get the ball back, and a 0 on the board for ECU after that last drive. We'll see it one more time.
Great get off by Wayne. Oh, great tip. Oh, he got to catch that, though.
That was Jamarian Wayne, who's already had a big game, and it gets even bigger.
Now, is it safe to say that we can go ahead and give him the Hemi Award?
In the first half, yes.
He is him right now, playing extremely well.
Now you're looking at 3:42 to go, basically the length of the field.
Well, that last drive, they put together a good drive. So you can only have some confidence in Tad coming out, getting some rhythm and going down the field.
Timeout is called by the referees.
The ruling on the field is under further review.
Are they looking at that?
I think so.
Oh, they're going to review it. I'm not sure what for. Maybe to see the yard line of where to spot the ball, but
that's what I'm thinking too here, because right here when he tips it, it goes back here. So I think you're right.
Miles Muyung touched it after the block, which I believe means, hey, if Coastal would have let that one go, they would have had it at the yard line.
I think so, yeah.
Where the field goal was taken.
Yes.
It was tipped by Miles Muyung. Coastal had a return after that.
So now I think it goes back.
So our officials taking a look at it, but Jamarian Wayne on this game, the Coastal defensive back with a blocked field goal now on what should have been a chip shot, 24 yards for ECU.
After review,
he's
the ruling on the field is upheld. It's Coastal Carolina, first down.
Well, it's going to be Coastal first down anyways after they look at it. Wayne's got 4 tackles, all solo, and 2 pass breakups.
You think he came in the game and he said, guys, get him out back, I'll carry us. So far, he's doing it.
3:42 to go, 95 yards. Hudson has a fumble and an interception, 6 of 13 for 76 yards through the air. Hand off to Jalen John.
Looked like a twist stunt right about D lineman.
Gain of nothing. It's 2nd and 10.
The ball was carried by Jalen John.
It's Simpkins and Edwards coming in. We'll try and check to see how Dominic Nicely is doing. Had a 16-yard rush and then was slow to get up after the play. We haven't seen him since. Handoff, and that one's pushed back. Try and get to the line of scrimmage, but Edwards,
The ball goes to Edwards.
he just gets back for no gain.
That was a great job by ECU coming downhill. Good game tackle. Coming into this game, we talked about that. They do a great job of getting all guys to the ball.
Third down.
And now you're looking at, if you're ECU, big third down stop here. You pin Coastal back in their own territory, and you've got great field position with 3 timeouts and 2 minutes to go. Hudson passing from his own end zone. At the 15-yard line, it's complete.
That's Malcolm Gillum right there.
Gilly gets the first down for the Shots. A 10-yard completion and some breathing room. We're going to hit the 2-minute timeout here shortly. One more play to go. Hudson changes the play. The handoff. And that will take us to the 2-minute timeout in the first half. ECU has a 10-0 lead. Coastal looking to get that offense going and try and score before halftime.
159. Thank you.
At Brooks Stadium, showing out tonight for a big matchup. Coastal and ECU meeting for the first time ever in Conway. And right now it's the Pirates with a 10-0 lead, nearing the end of the first half. 1:59 to go. Chanticleers have a 2nd and 8 play coming from their own 18-yard line.
And you can get something going right here and score going to halftime. You have some momentum coming out in the second half.
Simpkins and Edwards, the 2 running backs. ECU rushes 5. Hudson's pass complete. Mega with the reception right at the first down line, and it will be a first down at the 26-yard line.
Again, I want to say this. Great job by Hudson being able to stay in the pocket, show good composure right there.
Well, he's been patient so far tonight.
Yes, indeed.
First and 10 for Hudson. Another pass to Mega, almost the exact same thing. And this one up to the 34-yard line.
Let's play a little pitch and catch. I like it.
Second-year player for Coastal. Mega started off at Penn State. Second and short. Not a lot of time to move down the field. You got to go 67 yards to get to the end zone. Simpkins in motion. Hudson feels the pressure. He's sacked. Josiah Robinson all over him for a loss.
Like he was unblocked right there, S-Dub.
Tackle by Robinson.
His second sack of the season, had one against Campbell and just came
Second charge timeout.
untouched.
Coastal Carolina. 30 seconds.
And downs Hudson. Coastal takes a timeout with 1:03 to go. That is a drive killer right there.
That is. You know what kills drives?
Thank you.
Quarterback sacks.
Well, Ricky, as a defensive end, I mean, there's nothing more you want to see than nothing in front of you but the quarterback.
Oh, baby. When you see that, it's time to go.
Robinson, the senior from Ohio.
I'm sure they had some kind of miscommunication on that play because he came unblocked. We call that a layup, S-Dub.
I can see why. There's 1:04 to go. They tick one more second on the clock. You're looking at a 3rd and 10. Hudson 9 of 16 for 101 yards. Here he goes on 3rd down. More pressure. Hudson tripped up on his feet. He can't stay up. Down he goes at the 24.
Great job by ECU right there on that 3rd down. What it looked like right there, S-Dub, is they rushed 3 and they had a spy for Hudson.
Charge timeout, East Carolina.
And the pocket collapsed. And Hudson did the same thing. So now ECU takes their first time out of the first half. And they've got 54 seconds to play with. So a punt incoming for Coastal. Pirates will get the ball back. Some time to work with.
Possibly a field goal here.
Yeah.
Going to halftime, 13 up, 13-0.
Emil Sebafundi back to punt it to Kyler Pearson. Pearson from the 29. Pearson is hit and brought down. There's flags all over the place.
And there's your guy again, S-Dub, with the play right there on special teams.
It was Jamarian Wayne with the tackle, but there was 2 immediate flags, and we'll see if they maybe got him illegally. I think his face mask might have been pulled, but we'll see what the call is.
During the return, illegal block in the back, receiving team
Pushing the
number
back right
23.
there.
All right,
penalty.
so it goes against
First
ECU.
down.
Well, you know, one thing we didn't talk about, S-Dub, was last game, we saw flags all over the place.
Yeah.
I think they flagged us one play.
A lot of holding calls for Coastal in Charleston Southern territory, and that stalled a lot of drives.
And when you talk about Coastal Carolina offensive line,
See this penalty one more time on the block in the back. And right there.
Right there by 23.
Yep.
But when you talk about Coastal Carolina offense having some guys down, that throws off chemistry. So to see them play well so far, that's a good thing. That's a good sign.
ECU will hand it off. And they'll get about 3. On the handoff to Montgomery. So with that penalty, them being backed up to the 20-yard line, they might just run this one out to halftime. Passing it for Smith, completed the 20-yard line and brought down.
That was that quick screen they love.
Reception made by Smith.
Giajorm Akapolu with the tackle. 3rd and long at the 23-yard line in Pirate territory, and this clock down to 15.
And one name we haven't heard so far is my guy, Zeke Campbell. Right here's a chance for him to make a play.
Well, they can run this one all the way down to halftime. They don't have to run a play, but they do, and it's a handoff for positive yardage. And there's the tackle that will send us, well, they stop the clock. And it'll be halftime.
The half is not over. The half is not
The
over.
referees are saying to get everybody back on the sideline.
The half is not over. The half is not over. Please get your teams to the sideline.
So Coastal was just about in their locker room, and I believe we'll have 1 second added to the clock.
What do you run with 1 second?
After the play was over, East Carolina called the ball with 2 seconds on the game clock. Please reset the game clock to 2 seconds. Timeout, East Carolina.
ECU took a timeout with 2 seconds. Blake Harrell barely got that one in. at the end of the play. So they'll have time for one more, which will likely be a test of Caden Hauser's arm strength at the 34-yard line.
Well, you might see that awful verge that you just said, Esther. Maybe you'll see that.
232 total yards for the Pirates to Coastal's 148. Hauser is 20 for 24.
Wow.
I mean, the accuracy. He was 25 of 35 against Campbell, 30 of 44 against NC State, which was a career high in completions, but he is just in sync with his receivers.
Rhythm, man. Talk about knowing your guys, playing pitch and catch, not having a lot of pressure, nobody in his face. Easy day for him so far.
179 yards with that one passing touchdown in the first quarter. A 5-yard connection to Yannick Smith. And then Mazzy hit the 36-yard field goal after that.
You see Coastal defense right there. They get going in deep quarters right there.
Final play of the first half is going to be a quick little screen pass over to Spalding, and he will be pushed out of bounds. And that will put a close on this first half of play. ECU leads it 10-0. They scored both times in the first quarter. Coastal holds them off the board in the second. And the Chanticleers with a little bit of momentum with some stops on ECU going into halftime.
And right here, if you're going into halftime as the Chanticleers, you got to be frustrated with the opportunities that you had and you missed.
And Coastal will also be receiving the ball to start off the second half as well. Yannick Smith with a 5-yard touchdown reception. And a field goal by Nick Mazzy has us at 10-0. And Haley Nitchie has Coastal head coach Tim Beck down on the field.
Coach, what adjustments are you looking to make heading into the second half?
Well, I think defensively we've done a good job. I think we're playing a little loose in coverage, and we're giving them some freebies on some crucial situations, but we've kept them out of the end zone. And then offensively, we got to get in. We've been driving the ball, a couple of turnovers, again, story of the game. And that's what it's going to come down to. You know, missed opportunities, missed a field goal, be down by 1 score. So just regroup, keep playing like we're doing, clean up the turnover, and keep playing hard.
Thanks, Coach.
And we'll be back with second half action from Brooks Stadium. But ECU has a 2-score lead after 1 half of play. Pirates on top. We got 30 more minutes of football coming up after halftime.
Don't touch that dial. We'll see you soon.
Getting set for second half action at Brooks Stadium on the surf turf. Alongside Ricky Sepp, I'm Sam Wiederhaft. ECU leads 10-0. All 10 of those points happening in the first quarter. Caden Hauser had his team rolling from the jump, and they were able to drive the ball down and punch it in for a touchdown in the first quarter. There it is on the reception by Yannick Smith. A 38-yard field goal by Nick Mazzi would make it 10-0, but Ricky, Coastal moving the ball on offense, but what's been haunting them has been the turnovers in that first half.
And it kills the drives. They had some rhythm going, but every time they get in the rhythm, penalty, some technique issue, that's killing them right now.
There's the block field goal by Jamarian Wayne, who's had an incredible first half so far. On his stat line, 4 tackles, 2 pass breakups, and the blocked field goal. So Coastal will receive the second half kickoff. Ricky, the biggest thing for the Chants, find the end zone.
Yes, they got to get in the box. They put some drives together, but they haven't been able to score.
You see how long the defense has been on the field, 19 minutes compared to Coastal's 10.5 minutes. Chanticleers have scored 2 touchdowns in 2.5 games.
They come out and score on this drive, that'll be a big response.
Gilly lets it go out of bounds, and that will be a flag. So the Chanticleers will start off
Illegal kick out of bounds.
in a solid field position to start off the second half. And Tad Hudson coming out 9 of 16 for 101 yards. And the 1 interception that was picked off by Jamarlee Riddle in the first half. It'll be Coastal ball at their own 35-yard line.
And we've seen him put together some great drives. Now, coming out after halftime, just what you said, now it's time to go finish the job, get in the end zone. But it's all about getting in that rhythm, finding his guys.
And we saw what Coach Beck was talking about, providing the spark. He did that in the third and fourth quarter against Charleston Southern. He led Coastal on a touchdown and a field goal drive. But now, like you said, Ricky, finishing those drives, finding the end zone. Coastal still very much in play against ECU. Screen pass to Simpkins. He's hit hard for a loss.
That was a big play right there.
Tymir Brown, the senior from Jacksonville, Florida.
Came down here and laid the boom right here. Put his foot in the ground and came down here. Good tackle.
A loss of 4 back to the 31-yard line. It's 2nd and 14. Simpkins hasn't been able to get going much at all. 1 rush for 13 yards. Here goes Hudson. Pass complete to Washington. Up toward midfield for a first down. That's a good response right there.
He's been doing this all game. Pressure in his face, staying in the pocket, making the throw.
On the play to the
46-yard line. Washington's 3rd catch of the evening for 39 yards. He's the leading receiver.
And you just see it right there, man. He has smile in his face almost every play, but he stays in the pocket, shows confidence, shows composure, get the ball out. A great job by Hudson.
Hudson with the handoff to Javon Edwards. Up to the 49-yard line in Coastal territory.
A-Dub last game, they did a good job of getting all 4 running backs going. This game, they seem to be struggling a little bit.
Well, you got Breon Townsend now in the game. It just came off, but it was in the game at running back, with Coastal having Dominic Nicely being knocked out earlier in the first half. Slow to get up after a rush. We haven't seen him since. Back to pass. Hudson has time. Goes long. He's got a man out there. It's caught! Inside the 5. Bryson Graves. But there's a flag on the play.
You can only pray that it's not on Coastal's offense.
Holding. Offensive left guard. Number 58.
And that is a drive killer right there. Can't have that right there. That's Dub.
Coastal finally gets a big play. We've been seeing slow, gradual movement throughout these drives. And it's knocked back for a holding, I believe, on Thomas Johnson, the redshirt senior guard. They will have this ball spotted at the 39-yard line. Let's see it again.
Look at this good composure right here.
Just brought him down completely.
Steps up into the pocket, throws the ball deep. You can't ask for your quarterback to do a better job than that.
Second and long now. Townsend in motion. Hudson rolling out. Spikes it. And that'll bring up third and long.
Third down, S-Dub. It's time to go get the quarterback.
Coastal tonight on third downs, they're 3 of 6. Something Coach Beck was impressed with his team in the win against Charleston Southern last weekend.
ECU's only going to rush 3 right here. Everybody's back deep.
3rd and 18. They get a hand on Hudson. Now he gets it off. It's complete. Now the ball's knocked out by midfield and incomplete. Mega had it for a split second. Ball knocked out of his hands, and on a drive that looked promising, we'll see Coastal punt. One more time. Ooh.
That was a great job right there by Polk putting his helmet on the ball. You teach that in practice. Put that helmet on the ball, try and force turnovers. Great job right there.
Darian Polk is the one that causes that breakup as Emil Sebafundi punts it away. High kick and a fair catch called at the 26-yard line. So ECU coming out, and Ricky, the Chanticleer defense, has been able to stop ECU pretty well, especially in that second quarter. 10 points for the Pirates in the first, nothing in the second.
You can't ask for them to do no more than what they're already doing right now. Playing extremely well, getting off the field on third down, doing a great job of keeping the Chanticleers in this game.
Caden Hauser in the first half, 21 of 25 for 193 yards. Played 9 games a year ago, passed for over 2,000 yards, 18 touchdowns, 11 interceptions, has yet to throw 1 pick in 2025, and that first one's complete. Pushed out of bounds at the 45 to Brock Spalding.
And here they go, that hurry up.
Completion to Spalding, first down.
Spalding's 4th reception of the game. First down, Pirates. Montgomery on the carry.
Nice little shifty move right there by Montgomery. Making a guy miss.
Up to the 49-yard line for a gain of 3. ECU mainly moving the ball through the air. 214 passing yards, 53 on the ground. Hauser looking long. Airs it out. Has a man. It's picked around and on the ground. Coastal knocks it away. Jamarian Wayne on the coverage. And Coastal forces a third down.
Just underthrew his guy right there.
Wayne and Jones right here. We'll see who actually got the hand on it. Jones joins the coverage, but once again, it's Wayne.
Making big plays all night. Adding a spark to his defense.
3rd and 7, ECU 5 of 10 on third downs.
Gotta get off the field here.
Hauser, incomplete. Looked like a miscommunication between him and Tyler Johnson.
I like what Coastal did right there on defense. They did a great job with the D-line, doing some twist stunts right there, trying to apply some pressure on Hauser.
So Coastal forces a Pirates punt. Graves back to return. Fair catch. Drops the ball. Graves pounces on it. Did he get it back?
I think he did. There we go.
Coastal will keep it. So a muffed punt by Bryson Graves. He gets it back. And the Chanticleers will start off on their own 15-yard line when we come back.
Timeout on the field.
some young Coastal fans. If those aren't Myrtle Beach kids, I don't know where they're from. The blonde hair, those are surfers right there.
I was going to say the same thing. Definitely some surfers right there.
Better believe it. Coastal fans looking for something to cheer about offensively. 10-0, ECU leads. Last offensive drive, Coastal had a big completion inside the 5. It was called back for a holding call. And just looking for a spark, if Tad can provide it.
And it seemed like the same thing for them all game. Make a big play, penalty. Make a big play, another penalty.
Turnover.
Turnover, yes.
They've had 2 of them, a fumble and an interception. First pass is complete, short yardage on the far side. And it's Jamison Tucker. He has not been used all that much in these first 3 games. Had 1 reception for 2 yards against Virginia, nothing against Charleston Southern. And there's his first catch of the night. Tucker is one of the only players that was on the team last time these 2 teams met in the Birmingham Bowl in 2022. Hudson feeling the pressure, gets it off, and it is complete for a first down.
Graves makes the play.
Athletic catch on a low throw as Hudson was being hit. And a first down at the Coastal 32. Whistles.
Before the snap occurred, the ruling on the field of a catch is under further review.
There is a timeout. They're gonna review that last catch by Graves.
Well, it seems that ECU has been drawing up pressures for Hudson so far, putting somebody in his face every play.
He just missed him. You see the ball pop back into Graves' his arms. And did he secure that ball and get a hand under it before it hit the turf? That's the question, and that's what they're looking at right now.
He said, yes, I believe young fella. I believe young fella. I believe you, young fella.
Yep. If not, it'll be a 3rd and 9 play.
There's a better angle right here.
Has it right there.
I think it hits the ground as the.
Let's see, look at those hands.
Control.
Call on the field was a catch.
Ground calls it the fumble. I think it's no catch.
It is close. Coastal going with the all-teal uniforms on the surf turf. ECU in the all-whites tonight. First time Coastal's worn this combo this year.
Now, do you think it's hard to see him as ECU?
That's what I'm thinking, right? And it blends in.
Blends in a little bit on the surf turf.
That's the advantage of it.
Yes.
Second iteration of the surf turf, and here's our call.
After reviewing the play, it's an incomplete pass.
Yeah.
It would be
First
3rd and
call.
8.
Incomplete. So back it up. It's going to be a 3rd and 9 play.
Well, you know what time it is now. It's the 3rd down and long. Go get the quarterback. So far, we've seen ECU blitz Hudson. Let's see what they do here.
Game clock to 10 minutes and 44 seconds. 10:44.
Here comes the crowd.
Thank you.
Coastal is 3 of 7 on 3rd down plays tonight.
Got 2 down linemen, 2 standing up for ECU, and they bring blitz.
Hudson rolling out. He's sacked. Down he goes and taken down
By J.D.
Lampley. Now go back to high school.
Yes, go back to
J.D.
it.
Lampley, Tad Hudson in the North Carolina State playoffs. Lampley puts him down on a sack. Now in college, Lampley wraps him up and takes him down.
Now, do you think he said something to him about that just now in that play?
Well, he might have. But he was pretty hyped up. The senior from Rockingham, North Carolina, brings down Hudson for a 2nd time. First in this game. Sebafundi punting from his own end zone. Received at the 46-yard line. And room to run on the far side. Down the sideline and out of bounds for Kyler Pearson. There's a flag on the play. There's 2 down. One's at the 28-yard line, and one is at the 32-yard line on opposite sides of the field.
And going back to that last play on defense, it was a simple twist game. Linebackers came down, applied that pressure,
During
got the quarterback sacked.
Illegal block in the back. Return team, number 40, 10-yard penalty. First down.
It's a block in the back on ECU. It'll push them back, but they will still have great field position when we come back. ECU leading 10-0, and they're back with the ball. It's ECU ball at the Chanticleer 45-yard line, and Haley Nitchie was able to talk to Pirates head coach Blake Harrell at halftime. Haley?
Sam, I got to talk with ECU's head coach out of the half, and he said that the message to the team is to focus on us. He says it's not about what they do or how they do things, it's about what we can control. Sam?
Thanks, Haley. Blake Harrell, hired as the defensive coordinator in 2020 and took over as the interim head coach last season. Finished 5-1. The only loss to Navy. They won the bowl game over NC State. This year, 1-1 and a 10-0 lead over the Chants in the second half. So it's Caden Hauser. A handoff on the first play. Positive gain of about 2 or 3 yards.
Nice little shifty move right there to get some extra yards right there.
It's Parker Jenkins in at running back. Had a player's helmet pop off. Looked like that was Panda Askew on the offensive line, so he comes out. Great field position for ECU. Hauser's pass complete. Running room for a first down. It's Anthony Smith.
Anthony did a great job right there, sitting in the hole. Coach was playing zone defense.
Smith has been the leading receiver tonight. 8 receptions for 84 yards. Hand off to Jenkins, and he's met right at the line of scrimmage and driven back. Shane Bruce right there on the tackle.
That was a great read by him coming downhill, making that play. Ran into a brick wall. Read it, made the play. Good job.
Coastal has limited ECU to 59 rushing yards. Hauser on second down. Across the middle. Incomplete, looking for Smith. He had 2 receivers in that area. It fell in between both of them, Smith and Petaway. So now a 3rd and 10 play.
I'll be interested to see if Coastal's going to blitz right here. They got to apply some kind of pressure.
And try and disrupt Hauser.
Got to get off his spot. He's been standing in that pocket comfortable. Go get the quarterback.
3 of 7 in this second half. Empty backfield. Hauser complete to Smith. He's got blocks and room. Smith down the sideline and into the end zone. They'll mark him out. They'll mark him out of bounds inside the 5. On 3rd down, a short pass to Anthony Smith. He follows the blocks and pushes the Pirates down to the 2-yard line.
This is a great job right here. Following his blocks, then getting vertical. I thought he tiptoed to the end zone.
Jenkins on the handoff, and he's in for a score. Parker Jenkins, the running back, rushes up the middle for 3. And the 2nd touchdown of the night for ECU.
You talk about having a Coastal defense off balance. You come back with a big play, then you go hurry up, run it right in.
His 2nd touchdown of the season. $17-0. They started off with great field position and took advantage of it.
I think now the question becomes now is the defense getting wore down now?
Well, they've been on the field for so much longer than Coastal's offense has had it. ECU with just under 22 minutes.
The game clock never started when I wound the clock. Please remove 5 seconds from the game clock.
In time of possession, and Coastal's at 14:46. And the offense continues to struggle on the Chanticleer sideline.
There's not much more you can ask the defense to do.
We'll take care of that drive in 1:36. 2 new coordinators, Jeremiah Johnson on the defensive side for Coastal, Drew Hollingshead on the offensive side. And they've got to find out a solution quick to get back in this ball game. Gilly lets it go, and Coastal will start off on their own 25.
Let's see if Tag can come out and get something going, get some rhythm, get down and get in the box and score.
Not a lot here in this second half for Coastal, just 8 yards of offense. ECU with 69.
First down to 10 from the 25 following the touchback.
Running back Jalen John is used by Tad Hudson. Pass complete across the middle to Wright. And Wright will get to the 45. Excuse me.
Yeah, it was a good RPO right there by Hudson.
And he has got to start connecting with the receivers. Coastal down 17-0. They've got 113 passing yards to only 43 rushing yards. 1st and 10 at the Teal 44. Hudson tipped and almost intercepted.
Dangerous play right there by Hudson.
In and out of the hands of DJ Johnson Jr. It looked like a screenplay that was tipped at the line by ECU, and it was J.D. Lampley. He got the sack on Hudson on 3rd down on the last offensive drive for Coastal. 2nd and 10.
Let's see if ECU sends some extra pressure here.
Hudson rolls away, airs it off. He's got a man. It's complete at the 40. Into Pirate territory. Malcolm Gilly with the reception.
That's a good job of him right there, rolling out, making something happen.
And we got a flag on the play on that one. Is this one coming back? My word.
Pass interference, offense number 1. 15-yard penalty, 2nd down.
You talking about killing momentum. Right here, he does a great job. Sees pressure, rolls out, throws the ball, connects, but it comes back with a penalty.
That was a pick play. Washington was called for the pass interference. And this one backs Coastal way back to their own 29-yard line. The first down marker is at the Pirate 46. Tipped, almost intercepted again. Pirates had a chance at it. Incomplete.
Not sure what Hudson saw on that one right there. It looked like he was double coverage right there. Tried to force it in there.
Coastal's got 3rd and the beach to go.
3rd down.
3rd and 24. They've been penalized 4 times for 40 yards tonight.
I see what ECU does here.
Short pass, complete, and taken down at the 30-yard line to Bryson Graves. And looks like Coastal will punt once more. Sebafundi with 4 punts so far tonight. He's averaging just over 43 yards per punt, and he'll do it again. Drive killers, Ricky, have been the kryptonite for Coastal. 2 turnovers, and an interception, and a fumble in the first half, and now it's penalties here in the second half.
Yeah. And the one thing that I can say is that Hudson is doing a great job of keeping his composure. Don't see him getting rattled. Don't see any frustration.
So the fair catch is down at the 19-yard line. That's where ECU will start when we come back. They lead 17-0 at Brooks Stadium. Tyler Pearson got it started with a good punt return into Coastal territory, and they were able to ride it out from there. 45 yards in 6 plays in 1:36. And Ricky, it hasn't been a lot of big plays for the Pirates. They have one play in this game going over 30 yards, but it's those quick passes that they're able to execute so efficiently as they drive down the field.
And they've stayed consistent with being who they are, putting plays together, and going down the field.
Flag on this play as Hauser gets the pass off incomplete. There is a flag at the 40-yard line.
Incomplete pass.
And there's also one back on the Coastal side of the field. 2 flags right now on the field.
Illegal substitution defense, more than 12 players, more than 11 players on the field at the snap.
Hauser tonight got 252 passing yards.
So that goes as an illegal substitution on Coastal, a 5-yard penalty. He's been over 300 passing yards each of the first 2 games. Now inching closer to that tonight. Spinning around and dropped back for a loss.
That's Trey Brown again coming in and making a big play.
Brown puts down DeJuan Lacey. Loss of 1. Back-to-back handoffs. Lacey is swallowed up.
Right now, if I'm John Baker, the offensive coordinator for ECU, I'm thinking run the ball, wear these guys out. They've been on the field all night. Keep going at them.
3rd and 2. Empty backfield. Hauser's pass is complete to Smith, and he evades 1 tackle, goes out of bounds at the 40-yard line.
That's a great job right there of him catching the ball and then turning and getting upfield.
Anthony Smith, 10 receptions, over 100 yards.
Making that guy Wayne right there miss a tackle.
All-American Conference honorable mention a season ago. And has propelled this ECU offense to a 17-0 lead. 123 receiving yards for Smith as Lacey is dropped at the 44.
So far in this drive, they've been relying on that run game.
Gain of 4. Second down.
Yeah, running it a lot more here on this drive. Play action. Complete in Coastal territory and out of bounds.
Smith.
Once again.
Another big play.
Anthony Smith with another reception. Had a catch in 11 of 13 games a year ago. And this has been the biggest of his season.
And right now, it seems like that's Hauser's favorite target right now. Eat, young fella. Keep eating.
A career high in receiving yards for Smith, 136. As Lacey takes it to the 40-yard line.
Now, going back to what you said a minute ago about them coming out and running the ball more, in my mind, it makes sense. The defense has been on the field the whole game. Let's tire them out even more by running it, getting some positive yardage.
Second down.
ECU really mixing it up on this drive. Running and passing at a high level. Here goes Hauser. To the middle of the field. That ball is wrestled. Shane Bruce fighting for it. They're going to give it to Coastal.
Big-time players make big-time plays.
They are still fighting for it on the ground. But it's Shane Bruce that ends up with it.
And who better than your leader on the defense to make a big play?
His 2nd interception of the season, had 1 in the last game against Charleston Southern, and he gets the turnover cloak for a 2nd time this year, and the 1st turnover by the Pirates of the season. Hauser's 1st interception.
And it came here on the turf, sir, on the turf.
Can that give a little bit of juice to the Coastal offense? 17-0. They've been held off the scoreboard for almost 3 quarters now. Hudson back to throw. He's got time. Goes over in the flat. It's incomplete. Off the hands of Edwards. Let's go back to that interception. Shane Bruce wrestling with it on the pass by Hauser.
That's a great job of him putting his hands right there and snagging that and taking that away.
It was him and Riles. And Bruce never let go. They give him the interception.
It's mine. I can't give it back.
2nd and 10. Hudson leaves the pocket, takes it himself for a first down, and slides at the 42.
I've said it all night. He's done a great job of staying in that pocket, being comfortable, knowing when to run. Right there, that was a great job of getting out of there.
Had some room and took advantage of it. That was Hudson's 8th rush of the game. He's been sacked twice in this second half by ECU. He's now at a net gain of 4 yards rushing. 1st and 10. They hand it off. Javen Simpkins crosses midfield. Simpkins cuts back at the 45.
Incredible run right here. Saw the hole, got north, made a play. Didn't want to go down.
Pushed up to the Pirate 44-yard line.
That's a great job right here, just staying up.
So after Hudson's gain of 10 yards, it's Simpkins for a gain of 14 on the ground. Hudson passing. Goes across the middle of the field. It is incomplete, but a flag down. Pass interference incoming on ECU. It was Key Crowell on the coverage. And he was all over him.
Pass interference. Defense, 15-yard penalty.
So now we see Coastal offense catch a break where it's not a penalty on them, it's on ECU.
Now can they capitalize on it? Here it is one more time. Hudson rolling out. He was looking in the middle for Mega, and you see the contact with the arm before the ball got there.
And it's important to know as a corner, you have to look back. You can't just put your hand up right there like that.
Fresh set of downs at the 29-yard line. Early movement.
You see how both guys are pointing at each other.
Well,
that's what you're taught to do as a D lineman. You point.
In response to the ECU flag, it's a false start on Coastal. Some new names on this offensive line this week. Julius Tate filling in at the guard spot. Daniel Jones as a tackle. Some players banged up on the Coastal O-line. 1st and 15 now. Play action. Hudson gets it off, incomplete. Big time pressure coming from the Pirates. Samuel Danka almost got to Hudson for a sack.
Second down.
I think ECU been doing a great job of showing blitz from both sides, mixing it up, putting somebody in Hudson's face every play.
Completion percentage of 50% for Hudson, 14 of 28. Pump fake. Hudson rolls out, goes to the end zone, passes knocked away.
Broken up by Kayvon right there.
Morrell gets a hand in it. And it's 3rd and long.
3rd and long, yes, Dub. Go get the quarterback.
One more time. There's the pump fake. Hudson has to move. And Morrell just all over Bryson Graves.
And right there, Dub, is what I was saying. Great composure, knowing how to move in and out of the pocket by Hudson right there.
3rd and 15. Hudson. Pressure, they get to him, it's incomplete. And once again, Danka rips through the offensive line and disrupts that play. Looks like it's going to be 4-down territory for the Chants. The offense stays on the field.
Well, you have to right here.
Danka looked like almost untouched. Gets right to Hudson. Now 4th and 15 with 2 minutes to go in quarter number 3. Here comes the pressure. Hudson can't get away. He is smothered for a sack.
And that was big Preston Carr coming through, making the big play on 4th down.
Originally an ECU walk-on in 2022. Carr had half a sack against Campbell and now smothers Hudson for a turnover on downs. And this fan base just cannot buy a touchdown. ECU back with the ball in a 17-point lead. The handoff up to the 45-yard line to Montgomery.
And if I'm ECU right now, again, I'm thinking we got to continue to run this ball and then throw it. Wear these guys down. They've been on the field the whole game.
That's up toward the 48-yard line. It'll be 3rd and short. It is so tough seeing how this offense is fighting, but you're getting positive plays, you're getting opportunities, just not finishing.
Yeah.
And having self-inflicted opportunities, but self-inflicted mistakes come back to haunt you. The penalties, the turnovers, it's all piling up. And it's a 0 on the scoreboard for Coastal. 3rd and short. They hand the ball off. Montgomery right by the line. Coastal trying to knock him back at the 49-yard line in Coastal territory. And they'll move the chains for a 1st down.
That's the same thing I've been saying. The defense has been on the field for the whole game. It makes sense in my mind. Run the ball, wear them down, then go over the top with a pass.
ECU trying to keep the ball on the ground. They have 83 rushing yards. Coach Harrell told us he wasn't super confident in his rushing game coming into tonight. There goes Montgomery. He gets to about the 41-yard line.
That's a great job right there of him being patient and then hitting that hole and getting upfield.
And that'll take us to the 4th quarter. East Carolina with a score in quarter number 3. They're driving down the field once again. It's 17-0 Pirates with 15 minutes to play. We'll be back. live look at downtown Conway on Saturday night. Everyone's over here at Brooks Stadium. Well, pretty soon, Conway is going to become the city of Halloween during the whole month of October. They literally changed their name to Halloween, South Carolina for 1 month.
I love it.
And that's the next time that you'll hear us on the broadcast. Coastal hits the road against South Alabama on the road, at ODU for the next 2 games, and then back home against ULM on Saturday, October 11th.
That's another good job right there by Montgomery, being patient, hitting the hole, getting vert.
It's a 3rd and short now for ECU. Coastal has been held off the scoreboard with opportunities to punch it in. Turnovers, penalties have just crushed them tonight. And now Montgomery for a 1st down, tripped up by his feet at the 31-yard line.
That was a great job of him seeing that hole and getting vert. See that green? Get green.
And ECU, with really one more score here, can pretty much put it away in the 4th quarter. Pass is incomplete, looking for Anthony Smith once more.
That's a great job by Fred Adams right there, making a play.
A career night for Anthony Smith, 11 receptions, 136 yards.
Down at the 31.
64 yards after catch. He's been making it happen offensively. Here's 2nd and 10.
Good job, Fred.
A screen pass caught by Montgomery. He's got a 1st down down the sideline. Into the red zone.
It's the same thing as Dub. Keep him off balance, run, then go pass.
ECU has outgained Coastal by almost 200 at this point.
The gain is to the 19. 1st down.
378 yards of total offense to Coastal's 194. The offensive struggles continue for Coastal. Hauser hands it off and room to run. To the 5-yard line, tripped up. It was Lacey on the carry.
You can only imagine that Coastal defense has to be tired now. They're wearing them down right now.
1st and goal from the 4. Hauser to pass into the corner. Brought down for a touchdown.
That was Smith with the big play on Wayne, who's been doing a great job all game.
Yannick Smith with his 2nd touchdown reception tonight. And the Pirates cruising along in Conway. Ten plays, 59 yards, a minute 55. And this one just about out of reach in the 4th quarter. PAT is up and good. Coastal fans heading to the exits. Brooks Stadium has been taken over by the Pirates of ECU. They lead it 24-0.
And right here, F-Dub, it's just simple. Stop back, give you a big-time player to make a big-time play, and he does.
Pirates using a recipe of run plays and pass plays, a good mixture of both to move the ball down the field and score their third touchdown of the evening, the second one for Yannick Smith. Lacey taking it down inside the 5. And then great pass by Hauser to the corner and a good catch by Yannick Smith to bring it down 24-0. Pirates running away with it, Ricky.
And I think that one thing about them, they have been staying true to who they are. Being consistent, running what they run, making plays.
And if you're a Coastal fan, you were looking for this game, for the offense to come out, put it together. Tad Hudson, the starting quarterback. You know, in a way, Ricky, all right, we know Tad is going to be the quarterback for Coastal Carolina. Shown some good flashes, but the inability to finish drives, the mistakes have piled up. It's 0 on the scoreboard, and you can't feel good about that.
Well, you can't. But one thing what you just said, though, S-Dub, is you can walk away knowing you got a quarterback. Now it's all about execution. Can he finish and score points?
Tim Beck very hopeful in the leadership of Tad Hudson and what he's like in the locker room for this team as Coastal runs it on the first play, and it'll be taken down for a loss.
Davis came in with the play right there.
Kieran Davis with that tackle. Here's Tad tonight, 14 of 30.
Second down from the 24.
134 passing yards, 1 interception. I think coming away from this game, it's clear. I mean, Coastal's got an issue on offense, a big issue on offense.
Yeah, they do. Well, I think the number one big issue, S-Dub, is that penalties, technique, which is what Coach Beck echoed about the last game, after the last game. Shooting yourself in the foot, you just can't do that. But I still think you can leave this game knowing that you have a quarterback, but now it's all about finding execution, scoring points.
3rd and long.
Go get the quarterback.
ECU rushes 4. Hudson pressured. Pass is complete to Tucker at the 35-yard line for a first.
That's a good job right there again of Hudson understanding what he had to do to get outside of the pocket, make a play. I love his composure. Haven't seen him get rattled. They've been sending guys at him all night, but he stayed calm, making plays.
Both of Coastal's touchdowns have happened in the second half. The one against Virginia was in the third quarter. The one against Charleston Southern was in the 4th. Far side, and a gain on the pass from Hudson. Up to midfield. And he connects with Eli Aragon. A first down for the Chants. Coastal's next game at South Alabama to begin Sun Belt play, and they put up a pretty good fight against Auburn. Earlier today, they fell 31-15 to the 24th ranked team in the country. So that will be how Coastal opens conference play on the road next week at 7 o'clock Eastern time.
Well, I think the big thing is now you go into the game knowing who your quarterback is. So that's done. But the next thing is cleaning up the penalties, technique issues.
2nd and 10. Jalen John, the running back. Hudson has to get out of the pocket, throws it into the middle. Tucker dropped it.
See, even right there, he did a great job of knowing not to run, stay in the pocket, and try and make a play.
A fresh set of receivers coming on the field for Coastal on 3rd and 10. These two teams will meet again in 2028. So you got to wait a few years to see this regional rivalry. September 9th, 2028 at ECU. 3rd down. Hudson's pass is picked off. His 2nd interception tonight.
It's going to be Rasheed
intercepted at the 44. First down.
The transfer from Old Dominion One interception for the Monarchs last year. And Reason gives ECU fans a reason to celebrate. Second interception tonight for ECU.
And again, I got to give this to ECU. They've been doing a great job of putting people in his face every play.
It'll be first down, Pirate ball at their own 44.
So far in the last couple of drives, they've opened up the drives, running the ball, and then they've seen them go over top with a pass.
A new quarterback for ECU as their first play is a run. Mike Wright Jr. is now leading the offense. 9-yard gain on the rush on the first play. The 6'4" QB from Atlanta, graduate student.
ATL in the house.
He's been quite a few places. Started at Vanderbilt, played a few years there, then played 2023 at Mississippi State, 2024 at Northwestern, and now finds himself at ECU. Second and 1 play. Jenkins, the running back. And it's Wright keeping it himself. Gets a first down.
Looked like he pushed the running back. Hey, move. Let me keep this. I got it.
He got in against Campbell. 3 of 5 for 13 yards through the air. 3 rushes for 18 yards and a long of 9. He also caught one pass for 3 yards in the game last weekend against the Fighting Camels.
And so far, the one thing that has not been, one thing we haven't seen is a great pass rush from Coastal all night.
High snap. Jenkins gets the handoff. Spins around to the 35-yard line. First down and more.
Make a play, big fella. That way we go.
What a move by Jenkins. His 14th rush of the game. Running game has been a collaborative effort for ECU and something that Coach Harrell wanted to see improve. Well, it's been a great compliment to the passing tonight.
Yeah, it has. And going into this game, we said it. He said that he wasn't confident in the run game. Well, they come out tonight and they say, Coach Blake, hey, how about that?
149 rushing yards for ECU to complement 293 yards through the air. Movement before the play, it'll be a false start.
And going back to what I was saying earlier, I was talking about trying to get a cue on the quarterback, trying to get a start on the ball. One thing that I would do as Dub is I would come to the line and I would look at the offensive lineman stance. He's going to tell you if he's going to kick slide, it's a run play.
Defense. Disconcerting signals. 55. 5-yard penalty. First down.
On Coastal. So another Chanticleer penalty. It's 1st and 5.
So right now I'm coming out, I'm a D lineman. I'm looking at this offensive lineman stance. He's going to tell me everything I need to know.
There goes Wright. Gets a block. Right up the middle. Into the end zone.
Same exact play. Pushed the guy out the way and said, I got it. I'm going to the house.
Mike Wright Jr. rushes in and ECU puts an exclamation point on it. 30-0.
In the 8th.
18-yard rushing touchdown. And these fans traveling 3.5 hours from Greenville, North Carolina are going to go home happy tonight. It was a 10-0 game at halftime. But ECU has pulled away, and the quarterback, Mike Wright Jr.
from ATL,
from 18 yards out, punches it in for the Pirates.
Don't touch that down. We'll be back soon.
into offense. 2 interceptions tonight. That was the specialty for the Pirates coming into it, was their turnover margin. Pressure on Tad Hudson. They've sacked him 4 times. They picked it off twice, and they lead 31-0. They have not had a shutout win since 2023 when they took out Gardner Webb at home. They're in the driver's seat to possibly do that here. 31-0. The Chanticleers have not been shut out at home since 2008. So now with the game decided, we'll see if Coastal can get some points on the scoreboard. The return by Malcolm Gilly runs over a man.
That's a good job putting his shoulder pads down and running somebody over. Got to find some kind of spark here on the offense.
You got to leave with something, right?
You have to. And going back to what you said with ECU defense, we knew coming in it was going to be aggressive and get all guys to the ball. And one thing Coach Blake talked about was the theme for them this year was let's ride, play loose. And so far we see that out of this ECU team.
Pirates have been bowl eligible 3 of the last 4 years. Hudson looking. He'll go out to the flat. Simpkins right back to the line of scrimmage for no gain.
Right there is a good job of ECU defenders coming down and all getting to the ball. Let's ride is what Coach Blake said that the theme for the ECU team this year was.
Yeah, he's all about player leadership. And he said the 3 guys, Caden Hauser, Jamarly Riddle, and Tegan Wilk, have been the 3 most vocal guys on this team.
Yeah, and if you're in that locker room, you love the fact that you have the opportunity to have players to lead.
Pass caught at the 30-yard line by Edwards.
And another thing, S-Dub, is what people have to understand is when you're an interim coach, you got to quickly try and get everybody on the same page. And Coach Blake did that. Went 4-0, then became the head coach.
And Coach Harrell mentioned to us that it took a little bit of time to win the offensive guys over. Well, he's a defensive coach. So
he did say that.
He had to be patient with the offense, but now everybody's bought in and firing on all cylinders. Complete at the 35. That's Cameron Wright for a first down for Coastal to keep the drive going.
You know, I think people need to understand how hard that is as an interim coach to come in and get everybody on the same page. You are auditioning for a job, and you got to get everybody on the same page. You got to get a new routine. So he did a great job of that.
1st and 10 at the Teal 39. Hudson pressured and just had to throw it away. Ricky, you went through an interim coach when you were at Clemson.
Yeah, we had Coach Sweeney, who was a receiver coach, took over midway through my junior year. Coach Bowder stepped down, and he had to come in and implement who he was and try and get us on the same page. Years later now, 2 net championships, I think he's done a great job over there. But I need people to understand how hard that is to come in and try and get everybody on the same page. It's not easy.
Hudson pressured again, ball's out. Ripped out from behind and recovered by ECU.
And that was Kendrick coming off the edge right there, making a big play. They say sack, fumbles, get you paid. That's a great job right there, coming off the edge and making a big play.
2 fumbles and 2 interceptions. Kieran Davis on the recovery. Hudson jogging off.
Look like that arm is kind of dangling a little bit there. That's
yeah, looked a little banged up coming back from that. 4 turnovers caused by ECU. They did commit 1 on the interception.
Right here, good job being in the corner.
Yeah. Yep. Pearson, there's Davis on the recovery. Mike Wright Jr. in at quarterback once again for the Pirates. First play is on the ground for a first down. They can add on even more. A little over 6 minutes to go. resting their starting quarterback, Caden Hauser. Mike Wright Jr. already has an 18-yard rushing touchdown. He's got it. Makes a move. Right inside the 15.
Oh, shifty move right there by Mike from ATL. One-on-one. Make a man miss. Right here, fix the handoff, get upfield. Oh, make him miss. That's a great run right there by Mike Wright.
10:30. It's been 25 minutes and only 9 minutes.
Hauser will finish 28 of 37. Handoff. This is Lacey taking it inside the 10 and barreling forward to the 5-yard line.
And right now, you got to think that coastal defense is wore down. On the field the whole game, fighting, clawing, doing everything they could to try and keep the Chanticleers in this game.
Correction, Parker Engelman Jr. on that last carry as the Pirates set up for another score. A 10-0 game at halftime. Coastal received the second half kick, and the Pirates have just blown it open since. Engelman has the ball down to the inch line. The last shutout for ECU was 2 years ago against Gardner-Webb, 44-0.
I'm really surprised that they didn't go hurry up there and try and run it in quick. That's what they've been doing the whole game.
Engelman, the running back. He's got it. He's in for a touchdown. Pirates piling it on.
And Parker says, let me get some too, big fella. Gets in the box and gets 6. ECU pouring it on late here in the fourth quarter.
The sophomore picks up his first career touchdown. Engelman Jr. from a yard out. And this to make it 38-0. There it is. TJ Engelman Jr. into the end zone. And the Pirates lead 38-0.
Don't touch that dial. We'll be back soon.
Coastal fans keeping it light, having some fun. 38-0. Pirates on top, though, here at the Surf Turf. A little over 4 minutes to go. Chanticleers will drop down to 1-2. ECU, they'll improve to a 2-1 record as Coastal gets set to receive. Well, you know, we talked about it last week, Ricky. A little pooch kick, that's fair caught. We talked about it last week when Coastal shut out Charleston Southern. Their first shutout since 2020, their first shutout at home since 2015. Oh, this will be, if they keep that 0 on the board, ECU's first shutout win since 2023, but that was at home. Their last shutout win on the road at Duke, September 2nd, 2000. The final score of that game, 38-0.
Wow. So you telling me 20 years, 10 years later, they're going to do the same thing?
We'll see. Coastal looking to at least make their mark in this one. They'll start it off on the ground. That won't go anywhere.
It's going to be John coming in with the carry.
So ECU on deck for them. A big matchup at home against BYU next Saturday. What should be a good matchup. This ECU team, Coach Beck had mentioned to us earlier, he said this is a good team. I mean, this is very well coached football team, and they've shown it tonight. John again on the handoff.
And Coach Blake talked about it. He said against NC State, he wished that he had that first 20 minutes back.
Yeah, Coach Harrell, he said that.
He said that, yeah. He said he wished he had that first 20 minutes back. Maybe that game goes their way.
They fell 24-17 and made a ferocious comeback in the fourth quarter. Couldn't get the job done, but put up a really good fight. They stomp on Campbell, and now having their way with Coastal. Hudson on third down. Hudson from behind. Ball is out again on the Surf Turf.
And this time is Davis coming out with the fumble, the sack fumble.
We'll see who's got it. Coastal's already turned it over 4 times. They try and peel players off that pile. Regardless, it'll be ECU football. 5 turnovers. 3 fumbles now, 2 interceptions. Whew. Tough to watch, tough to watch.
Great move with his hands, comes over the top, hits the ball out of Hudson's hand. That's a great technique right there by that defensive end right there.
Hudson in his second start of his college career. Went up against UTSA in the Myrtle Beach Bowl on this field last year, where he was basically dealing with a group of second and third stringers with how many people Coastal had in the portal. Hudson comes in the last game, gets Coastal a touchdown against Charleston Southern. As ECU sends in another quarterback, TJ Engelman Jr. gets the first carry. Quarterback now is Raheem Jeter. You can let this clock run down to the 2-minute warning.
How about ECU coming in and using three quarterbacks?
When you're up by this many, you can do that. You can afford to do that. Give guys some playing time. We will go down to the 2-minute warning. ECU is 120 seconds away from their second win of the season and beating Coastal at home.
look ahead at Coastal's schedule coming up, they got South Alabama, and they go to Old Dominion.
Coastal ahead. They'll start Sun Belt play next weekend at South Alabama, then at ODU, back home on October 11th against ULM. But Chanticleer's got to get it together. Conference play starts next weekend. Here's a handoff to TJ Engelman Jr., and he is down on second down. But, you know, Ricky, Tad Hudson comes in, 3 fumbles, 2 interceptions, did some good things. What do you tell a quarterback going into conference play next week, trying to get him back?
I think you tell him all the good things that he did this game and tell him to build off of that. Right now, he has to keep his head up. You don't want to go into a conference play with any kind of negative thoughts or feeling sorry for yourself. You can't have that.
He was able to show some signs of movement, which we hadn't seen the first few weeks as ECU gets into victory formation.
Here's what I will say that I saw from Hudson tonight. Composure, confident. He made plays with his legs when he needed to, but he stayed in the pocket. And ECU blitzed at him almost the whole game, and he stayed in there and made some good throws. That's something to build off of.
So Coastal Carolina will get shut out at home for the first time since 2008. ECU will get their first road shutout win for the first time in 25 years. The Pirates are certainly for real. Back-to-back wins. A narrow loss to NC State in week 1. And with this knee, that'll solidify it. The Pirates storm onto the surf turf and come away with a 38-0 blanking of Coastal Carolina. Now that was 4th down, so they will flip positions. Coastal will get back on offense. All right, so still a chance to get some points on the board.
You got a chance. You got 26 seconds. Right here, you can go to a play as the full verts.
Yeah, there it is. There it is. I got ahead of myself. I saw the knees. I was like, all right, mailed in for the game.
Don't try to get rid of me too soon, man. We got
I know.
We got 2 weekends off. I'm going to miss you.
You're right. Yeah, we're not back till October.
Yeah. What am I going to do for 2 weekends?
I don't know. Watch more football. That's what I plan on doing. All right, Hudson back on the field with the Coastal offense. And they will run the ball to the 30-yard line.
That's the Edwards in there coming in with a nice run.
A first down for the Shants, and we'll see if that's the last play run tonight. Coastal gets on the ball for another play.
Gotta play. It's for the LinkedIn, baby. You gotta get some for the LinkedIn.
Up to the 35. And that one will do it. ECU comes to Conway and shuts out the Shants. 38-0 the final. Pirates have won 2 of their first 3 games. Coastal drops down to 1-2 for the first time since 2017. And Ricky, this East Carolina team all across the board. Very, very strong performance tonight.
Came in and got momentum. Now they have something to build off of. I think if you're Coastal, you have a quarterback. Now you just got to get him to execute.
Conference play starts next week for Coastal Carolina. They take on South Alabama on the road. And we'll see you in 2 weeks in the middle of October when ULM comes to Conway. East Carolina, they force 5 turnovers and get their first road shutout win since 2000. They take down the Chanticleers 38-0 tonight. Alongside Ricky Sapp, I'm Sam Wiederhaf signing off for our entire ESPN Plus crew. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you back here on October 11th. The Chanticleers take on ULM. Have a great night, everybody.
We love you. See you soon.